Hello, everybody. Mr. Unity here, Unity Time Broadcasting. I'm sure you saw yesterday, little Oliver, my niece, is having us foster this precious, adorable, and very affectionate, loving little cat. So he was in the video yesterday. He felt like he just needed to be part of it. So he might feel like he needs to do that again. That's okay. I'm petting him right now as I'm conducting this broadcast. Getting to the point. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like I've just got a lot of questions going on in my mind. Yeah, here comes Oliver. My first question: what is causing all this horrible flooding in California? I'm 56 years old, the 22nd of this month, and never before in my entire life have I ever heard of something called an atmospheric river. Never in my whole life have I ever heard that terminology used before. Have you? Just curious. Am I the only one who's never heard of this before? No matter how bad the flooding got anywhere, nobody ever used that term. I wonder why. I don't know. To me, that just sounds really strange. I heard of something throughout the course of my life called cloud seeding, and the history of that actually goes back to the Dust Bowl, if not possibly even before that, but I'm definitely sure it goes at least that far back. Didn't really seem to work too well back then. I wonder if there have been advancements made in that. Interesting. That's something that I'm rolling around in my head, because if that had been dramatically advanced scientifically, I wonder what that could cause to happen. About anywhere. I don't know, it really makes me wonder. Some other things that I've been wondering about. There seem to be people, surprisingly enough, in this country who think that I'm sorry, but I find this kind of comical myself. Sad in a way. Anybody who remembers Hurricane Katrina and what happened after Katrina, why would they think that there would be any level of government that would actually be coming anytime soon to be of any benefit to them? I don't understand why anybody would think that. Because, well, let's just go ahead and have a look at what happened after the hurricane. Just a couple of things are really the only ones I think that we need to think about. First of all, Bush, even when he was interviewed by Oprah, he gave his excuses for having done absolutely nothing for so long and let so many people die. And babies, I remember this. Babies were literally dying in their mother's arms because they couldn't get formula, and the mothers couldn't provide any breast milk because they weren't getting any food. I mean, that's just horrible sad. But bureaucracy, he claimed, was what prevented anything from being done to help people. I don't know about you, but I have my doubts about that. I really do. But, I seem to remember very vividly, actually, an elderly, little bitty, elderly, skinny old woman who was manhandled by the New Orleans police. It was either the police or the military. I don't remember exactly which, but either way it goes. They started going door to door in New Orleans, confiscating people's weapons. I didn't even give an explanation, but I guess they thought that if everybody was without a weapon, that nobody was going to be able to harm or steal from other people, but they would still, of course, be able to do that. I mean, if you're a little old woman like her and you have no means of protecting yourself against some big, very strong, much younger man, or even a much younger female for that matter, they're going to take what they want. Why would anybody think that in similar circumstances, or even if it was some other form of disaster that caused power to go out, for example, water lines to stop functioning, no communication, whatever there might be to cause that, if they did that in New Orleans, what would make anybody in their right mind, I'm just wondering, what would make anybody in their right mind think that the same thing would not happen anywhere in the country? Because I'll be the first one to tell you, after seeing what happened to the people of New Orleans, I don't expect that anybody would be coming around to actually be of any benefit to me, my family, my community. I would expect that if anything, they would be coming around to do us harm, just like they did to the people of New Orleans. So I don't know, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Why would anybody think that anyone would be coming to help? Seems to me, you tell me what you think, but I don't know, it seems to me that having as much as possible of everything that you need, including self-defense mechanisms, would really be a pretty darn good idea. Now, you have to decide for yourself what self-defense mechanisms you want to use, but I'm not taking anything accessible to me off the table. I'm not. I don't know about you, but I'm not. I don't know. Do you have any questions about any of these things? You know, I heard today that I think it was Sheriff Jones in Ohio, Butler County, Ohio, when he went on that press conference that became national news, that the FBI came right out and said that we can expect to see large-scale attacks from people who have illegally crossed the border, and even said that as we get closer and closer to what may or may not be an election, that it will get worse and worse. Makes me wonder what would happen under those circumstances. Might the elections possibly be suspended or canceled altogether? And if that happened, I wonder how many people in this country would be incredibly upset and how they might react. Makes me wonder. I mean, I've just got all kinds of questions rolling around in my head. Makes me wonder, you know, how many questions you guys might be asking yourselves about certain things. I don't know. Seems kind of, there's Oliver. Seems kind of concerning to me. Oliver, what do you think? He seems like he's not really terribly sure about some of these things either. Well, that's all I've got for today. Tell me what you think. Any questions that you have, or anything you feel confident that will or will not happen in a disastrous type situation. I'm interested. I'd like to know. Till next time, Mr. Unity, signing out. Excuse me, Oliver's getting in my way.